G'day guys, welcome to another layout. Now this one is titled Puppy Preschool. Excuse me. They are, don't worry, I'm not getting sick by the way. I just have hay fever this afternoon because it is freezing cold and yeah, I don't know what's going on. Temperatures all over the place. So, oh, look how much of this I've got left. I swear to God, I thought this is my Crafters Workshop light and fluffy modeling paste, and I absolutely love this stuff. It's my one go-to modeling paste that I absolutely love, and it's nearly gone. And because there's so little left in the tub, it's going hard. So I have to order some more. Hopefully Cass has got some in the store. Now, what am I doing? I'm adding some texture paste. This one I wanted to do a teal layout because this is one that I was doing in conjunction with Crazy Craft Obsession. They put up a rainbow hop, and there will be a list of other people below if you want to go and check out their videos. And I am using teal. I'm going to town with teal-esque colours. Teal, aqua, you know, that peacock feathers, uncharted marina, that sort of in between. I'm working on top of, oh, look at that. I'm literally like having heart palpitations that it's nearly all gone. Now, I am using a piece of plastic that I've scrunched up. You can see me scrunching it up there. I like to scrunch it because that way I don't get a big splodge. I get dots that go everywhere. Doesn't that look magic when that happened? I was really surprised how good that worked. I just put a spray onto my scrunched up piece. I didn't add any extra liquids to it, and yeah, it just, oh, it was so yummy. I loved it. And this is for, let me see, so all I'm doing, I've put the texture paste there to add extra interest in the background, and I sort of did start to feel a bit like maybe I've gone too far. Like, I can't really pull this back, but it works in the end, and I think it looks great. So stick with me. I am cleaning up my bottles. Now, this is a tip that I want to let you know. Make sure when you spend your hard-earned cash on your products, you might be one of these people that you just use it and it doesn't matter and whatnot. But if you keep your bottles clean and you keep your tips clean, the product's going to work for you a lot longer the way it was intended to be used. So it's really important, and I stress this with my stencils as well. Whenever you're using stencils, make sure you go to town and you clean those puppies as quickly as you can, especially if you're using modeling paste or LUNAR paste, because they dry really quickly. Now, this is some washi tape that I had in my collection, and you know what? It worked beautifully. It was exactly the same color tones that I had used. It's actually purple, but the Uncharted Mariner is pulling it sort of a different way. So I just love how it looks. I was just sort of adding some stripes with it. And basically, where do I go now? Oh, this is where I was looking for the LUNAR paste. I was grabbing out, I was going to just use one. I was just going to use the Tropical Tango. And then I realized, no, maybe I need to, hang on, I did come in with a little bit of black. I put a little bit of black washi tape down just to, I felt like those lines weren't obvious enough. I needed to sort of add something in there that was a bit more obvious. So I did that as well. And then what do I do next? I made this layout like 3 or 4 days ago, and you'd think I'd remember it, but I'm struggling, people. I'm struggling with it. I can't remember what I did next. I'm pretty sure, yep, it was the LUNAR paste. So these are my LUNAR paste. I've swatched them on top of my containers because I wanted to see what they all look like. I put down a little bit of Tropical Tango and a little bit of No Divin, and I mixed them together, and it gave me a really pretty teal color. So, and it's metallic, and it is going to stand out against the Distress Oxide sprays that I used. And I'm just adding some stars because he's at puppy preschool, and you know what? He got a gold star because he was a good boy. He did very, very well, and he still is a good little boy. He does extremely well, and yeah, so I decided to put some stars down. You can see me really working that through this stencil. This is an all and create stencil, and it is number 126. It has the smallest little stars. Now, they feel absolutely amazing when you can get the lunar paste to go through the stencil properly, and you've got it held down properly, and you get that nice perfect star, mate. It feels amazing. I don't know if you're a textural person like me and you like the feel of things, but when I'm creating, it's one of the things I like to do with my scrapbook layouts. I like to make sure there's something maybe crunkly, maybe something texture you can rub your hands on. My kids like that too, and when they're going through a scrapbook, they're literally, as they're looking at pages, they're pressing things, they're rubbing their hands on things, and you can feel it through the plastic sleeve. So go to town with it. It turns out really good. Now, I didn't blister any of the lunar paste on this particular layout because I wanted it to just be super uber shiny and whatnot. Then I thought to myself, we always have stencils and we put things through them. Remember stencils when you were a kid? You used to just trace with them. So I figured I wanted some extra stars on there. So I thought, I'm going to actually trace these stars because the star punches I have, they're not a real sharp pointy star like what is in this stencil. And because I've already used the stars on going through the stencil, and I've got those nice crisp stars, I actually wanted the stars to be the same style. So I do, this is sped up, don't worry. It's I literally traced these and cut them out, and because it's such a simple shape, it took me like 5 minutes. It didn't take very long at all. And I only traced them 3 times, and I just did 3 stars. That way I can create, where I put the green teal lunar paste, I've put it in 3 spots. So essentially I'm creating a visual triangle around my photo. So that's really important. I know you hear people talking about it all the time, but the reason people talk about it is because it's what is visually appealing to the human eye. Odd numbers are appealing. So, if you're doing things in obviously 1 or 3 or 5, 7, like if you're doing them like that, then you'll find that you've got balance in your layout. And that's, sometimes I've had people send me, and by all means, if you guys have got a question, if you guys want help with something, shoot me a message on Facebook and just say, can I send you a picture? I'm stuck. Because let's be honest, a lot of us scrapbook at home. We scrapbook by ourselves now because it's just the world's so much smaller because, I'm little Aussie Karen and I'm sitting in my scrapbook room. I'm creating these videos for you, and you can be anywhere from Minnetonka to South Africa to the UK to WA to South Australia, Tassie, New Zealand. Like, there is just so many countries, and it's just made our scrapbook community so much tighter. And you have no idea how much it blows my mind when you guys tell me where you're from and leave me a comment. Those comments keep me going. They really do. And every day I give myself 2 or 3 times a day to read them and respond, and I absolutely love doing that. Now, what I've just done there, I've not seen myself, I forget every time I do this. Okay, so I just put down a piece of press and seal, and I put it down on my sticky mat. So I put it down, and then that way I can put my stars on it. I can give it a rub, and it activates the press and seal. But then you can peel the press and seal off, and your stars will just come off. And then you can peel the press and seal off the sticky mat, and your sticky mat's still perfectly good. So it's a great tip to get longevity out of your sticky mats. I love press and seal. Now, I got mine. It's made by Glad, and I got mine from Amazon, and I bought a bulk 3-pack of it, and it's fantastic. If you have not got yourself any of this stuff is so good. And it makes cleanup a breeze. It's so much easier. You can press it down onto your work surface, and then you can do mixed media on top of it. All you've then got to do is lift it. It doesn't actually leave any sticky on anything, and then you can actually reuse it. So you can use it time and time again. Every time you put it down, you can lift it back up, and you can put it back down again. It is the most amazing technology. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe Jennifer Maguire's husband had something to do with the process of, or something like that. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe I've had a few people say it to me, so maybe it is. But yeah, one smart guy, I tell you what, and it's definitely a game changer for me. See how I just peeled it off the sticky mat? So now I just put my sticky mat aside. Now that sticky mat is just basically like a mini cricket mat. That's all it is. And now I just peel my stars off the press and seal. That bit I threw in the bin because it's got colour on it, but you can reuse that over and over again. You really can. It's so good. So see the gold stars, I didn't want to use a different shaped star. That's why I specifically went through that process. And I think it needed a little bit of gold on it. One, because he's a good boy and he passed his puppy preschool. But two, it goes with the other stars that are on there. And I'm not creating an extra something on the page. It's duplicating what's there. So super happy with that. Now, sorry, I needed a drink. This is like my 4th voiceover in a row, and I've got hay fever today. Oh, it's killing me. Jen had a competition yesterday, and there was a lot of pollen trees around us, and it's like, oh. So I'm still struggling with it today. And the temperature has plummeted here in Queensland. It's saying that the temperature at the moment is, well, it says it's going to rain. Going to keep raining, and it is, well, we have a UV of 1. So that's telling you how cloudy it is. But yeah, so currently it says it's 19 degrees. I beg to differ. I don't think it's 19 degrees. But then again, I'm from Queensland where it's always hot, so you never know. So these thickers that I'm using they're called hardcover, and they're black, and I have got oodles of them, and I love them, and I wish I could buy more of them. They're fantastic. Now, to this point, I wasn't going to do a border, and then I thought, nah, it needs a border because it just looks like it's all going to fall off the page. So I went around with some peacock feathers, which is the same color I've used in the oxide spray, and I'm using it in the Distress Oxide ink. And I'm just using a strip of mint tape, and I'm just creating my border. It was at this point then that I realized that's a bit, it needs a bit of the Uncharted Marina in there as well. So I'm just dotting a little bit of the Uncharted Marina on top of the peacock feathers, and it gives you a two-toned effect, and it looks really good, and it helps it tie it in a bit more. So then it feels like it's actually the right actually, I had someone ask me the other day. Yes, I do have a plastic placemat underneath my layout and on top of my grid mat. So yes, you are right. I think her name was Kathy. She asked me about it, and yes, I do. Those placemats that I have, that I've got on here, and yes, I cut on them regularly, and I use them and I throw them out when they get really stained and whatnot, so that just to try and keep the videos looking a little bit more crisp. I don't have a white table. And I also use, this is still answering the same question, I also use a plastic picnic table. That's what I use. It's one from Bunnings here in Australia. She's from Australia, so I just use that, and I've covered it with some wood looking contact. So that's what my table looks like. So Kathy actually thought that I must have had a massive, production room, so to speak, studio setup, but I don't. That's that side of it for me. Providing I can create a nice looking video for you, and I can not only can I create a decent looking video, but I want to be able to include all of the process where possible. So I speed my videos up. Yes, Kathy, I do not work at this speed. This is my speed. And yeah, I do that so you guys can see that it doesn't happen in 5 minutes. So there's my layout, guys. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment and share with your friends if you're getting value from my videos. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget, there will be a list of other people playing along in the description below. Go and check them out. Thanks for that. Bye for now, guys.